Welcome, welcome, welcome again, one and all, to Cereza and the Lost Demon. Finally, Cereza and Cheshire have destroyed all 4 of the elemental cores. Led by the White Wolf, the two make their way to see Lucaon. As you can see by our save file, we happen to have a couple of little, like, healy-doos. Got a couple of little crowns saying that we got all of the moon pearls and all of the fruit. All of the fruit. We're at 84% completion, and there's only one thing left to do. Oh, my wolf seems to be a bit far. Not a problem for all the likeness. So, let's go. Haha. Here's hoping it's working. Yeah. Okay. Over here. Let's go. Ah. We had to get all of them anyway. Forbidden grounds.
All of the elemental cores were destroyed, and their barriers were no more. What waited for them beyond, they could not imagine.
We destroyed the elemental cores. What beyond here? There's... Don't let your guard down. They're scheming something. Only 3 left.
With all the elemental cores destroyed, the barrier put up by the fairies disappeared.
Yeah.
I see. That must be the entrance. The heart of the forest, where Lucaon is waiting. Cool.
Lovely jubbly. A little bit more magic power. There's this place's sanctuary. We've still got one locked thing for each of them. Bum bum. Ah, and there we go. And here we are now in Sunspeckled Grove.
You're not hurt?
Thanks for the help. There's darn fairies. I'll show them. Rapper! Height still growing. Weight getting there. Personality rugged. Hobby physical training. Rapper is a girl wisp with a bandage wrapped around her head. The bandage covers the bruises she received during her excruciating daily exercise routine. She trains tirelessly day and night to be bigger and tougher than any wisp fairy, or fairy for that matter. That said, her results are still mediocre at best. She continuously challenges bulkier wisps to duels, but loses almost every time, hence the bandages and bruises. Goal-focused, she sometimes modifies the playground equipment in the hideaway to make her own personal exercise machines. The other wisps, having no idea their equipment has been tinkered with, are very curious as to why they suddenly feel stronger than before. Ironically, this has made an endless line of rivals for her. One left. This is the last one remaining in Sunspeckled Grove. What?
Clear, glistening water, ever flowing, brought life to all of Avalon Forest. Cereza and Cheshire drank their fill and felt immediately refreshed.
What is so vitalizing? Maybe we should take some with us. Here, let me help. I've taken a liking to this water too. Oh. Guess this is just a small little secret area. Let's go. Yeah, I suppose actually unlocking this area probably would have been a good idea, because then I would have had much easier time getting everything. Alright, what's over here? Oh. Ah, no!
Let's get him, Cheshire! How about this? Prepare yourselves!
Chompy, chompy!
Get out! Prepare yourselves!
Fireball!
Perfect! Yes!
A little bit of extra health never hurt anyone. Well, except Malos. The Forest of Avalon has been protected by a great barrier since times of yore. In the beginning, they were this sinful, seeking the forest for nothing but selfish desire. Cursed be their name. In response, the fairy lords of the past banded together to drape the forest in an unseen wall of magic. Its existence has denied Avalon intruders ever since, allowing passage only to fairies and pure-hearted humans. As the hearts of humans grow twisted and corrupt with age, most who can enter are juveniles. Our recent calculations conclude that Great Barrier of Avalon is a rich source of magic that should not go untapped. By utilizing the four elemental cores of wood, stone, water, and fire, we could strengthen and reroute the Great Barrier for a new purpose, specifically the imprisonment of an insufferable being who would interfere with our glorious destiny. Yes, the use of power in this way may cause certain distortions in the fabric of the forest, but 'tis a small price to pay for the plan of such monumental import. Right, so that's obviously the imprisonment of Lucaon. Well, with this jaunty music.
I'm not scared. Cheshire, are you ready?
Just rip in. Claws first. Don't give yourself a chance to be afraid. Cheshire's steady voice filled Cereza with courage.
All right.
Leap before you think. Skydiving! Oh, this looks like it's going to be a pretty long section, to be honest. Oh. Let's enter. Let's enter this. Ah. Imposing light. There we go.
You're getting punished. Ah! Cheshire.
Chomp. That can't be it. That felt a bit too easy. We didn't even have any endgame enemies, just a couple of guys with shields and such. Well, I guess we've technically got one left, so... Unless the final reward from the wisps is another heart, is another petal piece. Welcome to the overgrown shrine.
Hello.
A magnificent tree rose before them. Its pure white branches stretched as far as the eye could see. It has stood as a symbol of the fairy kings of Avalon for generations.
Wow. Look. This is magical. Never imagined you'd say that. Please me again and I'll bite. One left.
Before them stood Puka, the ostentatious fairy from earlier. He appeared slightly charred from the explosion.
Well, if it isn't the self-proclaimed king, what is it this time?
We have no words for you, girl. Your infernal compatriot, however, still owes us an answer to our proposition. Too long have the demons suffered under the oppressive yoke of that wee witch. Leave her, and by our own hand, a portal to Inferno we shall rend!
The fairy Puka was trying to tempt Cheshire, offering to send him back to Inferno. Did he truly have the power to open a portal right here, right now?
Well, demon, you scorned our generous offer once before. But how will your tune change when the fires of Inferno tickle your mane? Yeah!
Oops. I skipped that.
With a flamboyant flourish, the fairy opened a massive fiery gate. Cereza could feel the heat from beyond. The familiar sounds of the forest were joined by the faint cries of the damned.
Cheshire?
Cheshire slowly approached the gate. As he neared the threshold, memories of their journey came flooding back to Cereza. Once again, Cheshire had rejected Puka's offer.
So be it. But Inferno's fires must be fed. If you will not return, then send that vile girl in your stead.
What have you done to him?
Cereza's question fell on deaf ears. Puka was busy cackling maniacally. Until...
Cheshire? What's wrong?
Oh no. He big angry now.
Cheshire, blind with rage, turned his gaze on Cereza. The demon bared its fangs and pounced.
Cheshire?
Cheshire rampaged. He gave only violent growls in response.
What should I do? Maybe I can... Don't worry, I'm here for you! Cheshire? Are you in there? Do you recognize me? Calm down! It's okay!
Cheshire regained control long enough to muster a few words.
Cheshire, stop! Cheshire!
Mash the L button.
I can't keep this up much longer. But I won't leave Cheshire this way.
Come on.
Hold on, Cheshire. Don't worry.
Perfect.
I'm here for you. Cheshire!
Thought he couldn't hatch it.
Cheshire had returned to his senses, but his violent tantrum had taken a heavy toll.
Cheshire? Why didn't you go into the portal?
Oh, that weirdo. Oh, couldn't trust him. Cheshire replied before turning away.
So does that mean you trust me?
Cheshire said nothing. He closed his tired eyes. Cereza sang him a lullaby she remembered from long ago.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand.
My morbid curiosity. No, that didn't unlock anything. Okay. There's no timer on that, so...
A cold, bitter wind continued to blow mercilessly, but their hearts were not cold at all. Together, they could overcome any obstacle. That belief caused their hearts to shine brighter than the sun.
All of the punching! That's Winchester. Fairy Kingdom history, number 3. Moltres was twisted by his obsession with complete domination of Avalon, going after wisps, humans, fair animals, and even lesser fairies, and stealing their souls. When ascending to the throne, the most powerful fairies in Avalon had already shifted to his side. So at this point, no one remained to oppose him. But in a few years' time, Avalon had transformed into a prison of torment where the weak lived in constant fear. Moltres and his generals showed no signs of slowing down, the iron grip on Avalon absolute. The forest's balance spiraling out of control, it seemed as if this would be Avalon's fall. Then, out of the blue, the seemingly impossible occurred. A young fairy decided to take a stand, becoming a ray of hope to those in the forest who had lost their light. His name was Arthur. Growing up along the shores of Lake Nimue, he had a deep sense of caring for all the forest creatures. Deciding it was time to bring peace back to the forest, he raised a call to arms against Moltres. I am right. Once again am brought to this time. Now life is mine again to live. The final wisp, Trent. Much shorter than a great oak. Wait, a crinkled leaf. Personality, disciplined. Hobby, meditation. Trent has lived in the forest as a wisp for many ages now. He is said to maybe even be the eldest of all living things in Avalon. Which few deny when seeing he is slowly turning into wood. As can be expected with his age, he is wise and considered to be like a living book of truths to the other wisps. Some of his wisdom has aged poorly though, leading the younger wisps to not always see eye to eye to him. His time in the forest has made him very disciplined, requiring little food or sleep. He says it is necessary to do away with the temptation of the physical world to survive here, but everyone knows he naps during his daily meditation sessions. He seems to have a past with Ignis, but refuses to divulge any of it. And now... That was the very last, wisp. So it's time to break up the action and immediately immediately walk back to, Thingy. Because there's one more thing we get given. Oh, they must have had a lot of fun coming up with how each area has its own little tunnel. Thanks for saving everyone. Everyone wants to share their thanks. Hey everyone, come on!
Having saved so many wisps, Cereza and Cheshire had become heroes among Avalon's downtrodden. The peaceful inhabitants of the forest would sing tales of their bravery for years to come. The kind-hearted witch and her steadfast demon companion.
You two are heroes. Come back anytime you like. We'll be waiting. Cheshire! We did it! Look, everyone's so happy now! What a bother. Though I suppose it's not all bad.
Hello. Oh.
Yeah. The only things we got left are the thingy collectibles. If I go save here.
Exhausted.
We just got the notes. We just got the notes, and we've just got one, as far as I can tell, one Tirnanog left. Or at least one life petal left. Probably at least one Tirnanog left.
Prepare yourselves.
Now come here! Man, been a while since we've seen these. Here's going to be a nice little, one. Two. Three.
Cheshire, over here.
Gonna be honest, that seems like place I'm supposed to go. I'm gonna go for the place I'm not supposed to go first. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. One of each.
Come here.
Oh. I mean, that worked. Not how I intended it to work, but it did.
Cheshire, let's fight our way through.
I'm imagining Cheshire's response would be, "Now that's what I like to hear." Oh.
Cheshire, let's go. Let's get him, Cheshire.
Take him down.
Get out. Yes. Cheshire, over here.
Chompy, chompy.
Whoa.
One, two. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Probably not the one I needed to use, but it's the one I'm using anyway. Get running. We got one more left.
Go get
Fire!
Come here!
Acknowledging Arthur's strength, King Moltred accepted the duel. Arthur had barely time to blink before the warrior king was upon him. Eyes wild with laughter, his trusted infernus pike blazed brighter than ever. Arthur unleashed his blade to meet Moltred head-on, but he had moved a fraction of a second too late. Moltred's lance sank deep into Arthur's side, searing him from the inside. The moment seemed frozen in time. The whole forest looked on with desperation, their hopes on the verge of shattering. Just then, rain poured forth from the heavens, so heavy it was as if Lake Nimue had been emptied from the sky. For a moment, Moltred's flames were extinguished. Arthur seized the opportunity and plunged his sword straight into Moltred's ashen black heart. Eyes wide in disbelief, Moltred's body lit up an incandescent red, expanded like a balloon until finally bursting into pieces, which scattered to the wind. The Crimson King had been defeated. Arthur was victorious. His coronation was unanimously approved by all of Avalon. Long ravaged by war, the forest was finally at peace. And I think we've only got one left. Yep. Oh. Okay. Okay, I need to... Ah, this is a pretty good puzzle, actually. They surprisingly don't use the Rosemary gimmick very often. I don't really mind. It makes the puzzles a lot more unique. Give Cheshire a quick hug. Let's do this. Primordial. Now that's an interesting name. Quick. And it's a final battle. And jump. Jump. Oh, there we go. That's the whole thing. Huh.
Perfect.
She's still glowing red from that potion.
Cool.
That should be the maximum amount of hearts. Neat. We maxed out Cheshire's magic meter as well, actually, by absorbing that final little rock pillar earlier, before we entered this zone.
Is there no challenge you cannot overcome? Cereza, you amaze me.
I'm not alone. I would have never made it this far without Cheshire's help.
Yes, your control of that demon is a testament to your skill as a witch. Soon, we will meet at last. Cereza, I count down the hours.
You're an organ, the altar of the Fairy King. The ominous fog has been lifted.
Cheshire!
Final area. Altar of the Fairy King.
Yes!
Arthur's first order as the new king was to foster a philosophy of modest living and nurture a civilization where all forest residents could share in its abundance equally. He worked to improve relations with both humans and wisps who had been subjugated by the fairies for generations. Arthur even allowed a few promising young fairies to learn the language and culture of humans. The days of feudal Avalon were now a thing of the past. Denizens of the forest now live in peace with one another under the rule of a great king. Still, Arthur's ideas are myriad, and he will require the cooperation of many to see them accomplished. Oh, how I hope that we might finally be able to free this land from its war and suffering. I wish to show residents the beauty that can be found from seeking harmony with all living creatures. My dear son Lucaon, I can only hope that by the time you've grown, the misguided walls drawn to divide fairy and human have all crumbled to dust. With that wish, I close this chapter of Avalon's history. and look towards its bright future. But the writer of this is Lucaon's father or mother. One of his parents. Interesting. Or it could be Arthur himself, who knows? Writing a... new sanctuary. Final sanctuary. Nope, still grayed out.
We need a rest.
We're at 87% completion.
They had returned to the forest. A new path appeared before their eyes. It seemed to call to Cereza, as if a strange force were pulling her.
This feeling. Lucaon is up ahead. I'm sure of it. We're getting close, Cheshire. When you're ready, let's go finish this. Come here!
They had finally made it. As promised, Lucaon, the boy from Cereza's dreams, was waiting, but unlike his radiant ethereal counterpart, this Lucaon looked pale and lifeless.
Lucaon?
As Cereza called out his name, she heard Lucaon's voice, ever so faint.
Welcome, Cereza. I knew you would make it.
Hold on, Lucaon. I'll get you out of there.
No, I am here. I'm afraid what you see in that crystal is nothing but a shell.
Both Cereza and Cheshire
Oh.
were startled. The source of Lucaon's voice was none other than the White Wolf.
Why does the White Wolf sound like Lucaon?
Don't be afraid. While my body was sealed, my soul still runs free in the body of this wolf.
And it was in that body that Lucaon had guided them through the forest.
You were sealed? But why?
My blood. I am the child of human and fairy.
Human? And fairy?
Fear not. Not all fairies are like those you've met. I wish to live in harmony with humans. For that, I was cursed to this fate.
So kind of similar to Cereza.
And so the boy told Cereza of his tragic past. Lucaon was the last fairy prince, the son of the former king and his human queen. The king was loved by his subjects and even sought a way to live in harmony with the human world. But a faction of evil fairies conspired against him. Killing the king in cold blood, they next came for his wife and young Lucaon. His mother managed to save Lucaon's spirit before she was driven out of the fairy kingdom, never to return again. Unable to kill Lucaon, but fearing the return of his royal bloodline, The rebellious fairies sealed his body using a powerful spell.
Both your parents? Look on. You've been through so much.
Lucaon's past reminded Cereza of her own. Her heart hurt for him.
All I could do was wander the forest, trying desperately to hold on to the memory of my human self. But Cereza, there exists one way to break this curse. It requires a special power, something only a witch can possess. And so each time a witch entered the forest, my hope soared. I tried my best to guide them here. But oh, Cereza, I'm so happy you made it here safely. Now, I beg you, please help me wake from this nightmare. With the seal broken and my fairy power restored, we can leave this forest together. I will help you save your mother. So, please.
Something only a witch can possess? Just say the word. How can I help?
Why, Cereza, you've already brought me exactly what I need.
Oh, he needs Cheshire to break him out.
What? I did?
Yes, you brought the sacrifice.
Wait, what?
That demon is perfect. Just what we need to break the curse.
What?
Cereza could not believe her ears. Sacrifice Cheshire?
I thought it would just like shatter the thing.
Hurry! I must absorb that demon's power. At long last, the curse will be broken.
I can't do that.
What? What do you mean? Why not?
Sacrifice Cheshire? I can't do that. He's my friend.
Your friend? You mean that demon? Cereza, what are you saying? Look at it. Demons are infernal creatures that feast on human souls. You witches harness their power as a tool, a weapon, nothing more.
You're wrong. Cheshire is no tool. He's a living creature with his own thoughts and dreams. We made it this far by working together, so I'm not about to offer him up like some sacrificial goat. I want to help you, but I simply cannot do that.
I don't believe this. I'm sorry, Cereza, but you leave me no choice.
Look on.
Cereza saw Lucaon's face only a moment ago so full of hope.
There's
Now
gotta be another way of
contorted by
breaking him
sorrow,
out, but oh well.
She wanted desperately to help him.
There must be something else. I'll help you find another way.
You don't understand. This is my last chance.
Uh-oh.
Look on! What are you doing? You really mean to sacrifice Cheshire? Stop! I'm begging you!
Hearing the desperation in Cereza's voice, for an instant Lucaon hesitated. But his mind was made up.
Oh. Oh. True heir to the throne, Prince Lucaon.
Captured by the fairy prince, Cheshire's life force was being drained.
I can't believe I trusted you.
Cereza knew what she had to do.
I thought we could be friends! Here we go, Cheshire!
They're using the 4 elements we've been collecting. Oops. That's what the slide. That's what the huge slide thing was training us. What? Not again. A whole bunch of the rocks, but it's actually just going to break the second I try to jump off it.
My magic can't fix.
Okay, so they only break apart when I'm...
Look on! Stop it already! If I can destroy that, I might be able to free Cheshire.
Yeah.
If you don't stop now, I'll never forgive you.
I think that's his concern right now, Cereza.
Cheshire! Look on! Stop! Give him back!
Great.
You can't have Cheshire!
From the rocks. Water. Fire. Okay. Ow. Ow.
He's gonna pay for that. Time to take back what he stole.
Okay, let's go! Prepare yourself! I'm taking back what you stole from Cheshire! Right! One element down!
Grass, wood down. Earth to go.
Cheshire, over here! Let's get him, Cheshire!
What? Earth down. Dodge roll! Dodge roll like your life depends on it!
Prepare yourselves! Cheshire, over here!
I have no idea what you're supposed to use wood form for. Got it. That's water down. Yeah, I don't know what you're supposed to use wood form for in the other one. In the fire, in the
Number 3!
rock form.
How do you like this? Cheshire, let's go!
Take him out! Hydro Vortex!
Stop it!
And that's fire broken.
And 4! We've taken back everything you stole, Lucaon!
Elemental charging! Charging the elements! All demon powers!
Oh. Cheshire.
Huh. Ah.
Cheshire, I'm here now. It's okay. Unleash your real power. Cheshire, let's go!
Unbound Cheshire! By riding Cheshire and stabilizing with the magic energy, Cereza can now harness Cheshire's unbound demonic power. Unbound Cheshire can evade with L and use powerful physical attack with R. He can also use A, B, X, and Y to perform powerful elemental attacks. Use these powers to turn the tables in your favor. Demon Beam! Oof. Oh. Beam! Come on! Of course, that's the end of the beam struggle!
If we work together, no one can stop us.
Hello, hello,
I'm not
hello!
letting anyone have Cheshire. Don't even think about it.
They're doing a beam struggle, I can't believe it. Yeah, exactly.
Having lost Cheshire's power, Lucaon struggled to stay on his feet. And then...
Look on!
A heroic demon? Such altruism was unheard of throughout all infernal texts. But Cereza understood.
You did?
Chapter 12. For a friend. Cheshire Unbound has been learnt.
break.
The White Wolf seems close by. Oh, we're right back at the start. Wow, we ended up right back where we started. Huh. Okay.
The sorrow and anger were gone from Lucaan's eyes.
My soul cannot hold this form much longer. I figured this time was my last chance.
No!
I thought demons were all heartless monsters. But I was wrong. Cheshire was it? Forgive me for what I tried to do. The only heartless one was me.
I wasn't expecting that.
All of a sudden, there was an ear-splitting crack, and a flash of light illuminated the sky. Morgana had succeeded in breaking the barrier, trapping them in the forest.
Of course! If we can get you to my master, she'll find a way to save you.
What?
Oh, there's still time. Come on, we have to get you to her. Lucan, I won't let you die here.
Splendid! Oh, the pathos is palpable.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Him again.
You!
On behalf of Avalon the Forest, you have our eternal gratitude. Why, the trees themselves shall sing a ballad of your deeds.
It was Puka, the self-proclaimed king. His usual retinue was nowhere to be seen. Though his outfit had seen better days, his elocution was still to be admired.
We're in no mood for your riddles. Back off!
Why, we have no need to quarrel. Our subjects will gladly escort you to the edge of the forest. And, led by our fairy light, one ill needs that lupine guide. Leave the filthy beast where he lies.
Puka was after Lucaan's spirit and the royal power that it contained. Hearing his words, Cereza knew it had been Puka who had betrayed the fairy king. Puka who had torn Lucaan's family apart before cursing him to wander the forest in solitude.
You fiend! Enough! I will run no longer. But in exchange, let those two go.
No! Lucan, you can't!
This is for the best, Cereza. My time is up.
Lucan, don't give up! We're not going to let you take him, got it? And for the record, I knew you were lying about being a king.
So be it. One way or another, he will die. And with his royal line extinguished, we shall be eclipsed no longer.
He really likes id, doesn't he? He likes that word.
Brethren, the cursed child is finally within our grasp.
Oh wow, that's a lot of fairies.
On Puka's signal, a terrifying number of fairies appeared out of the darkness. Staring down what must have been every last fairy in Avalon, Cereza's legs began to tremble. But no matter the odds, she refused to give up. But then...
Cheshire?
The writhing mass of fairies hot on his heels, Cheshire ran towards the Pillar of Light.
Let's get a move on.
Cheshire ran like the wind. Cereza felt his warmth through his mane. There was no stopping them now.
Cheshire, be careful! Here they come! Leave them to me! Don't mess with a witch!
Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button for jump. Keep not pressing the jump button. Just a mass of fairies trying to run after us.
Keep at it, Cheshire! Just a bit more!
Nice piano number. Oh.
Escaping the fairies' clutches, the pair made it out of the forest.
Seemed to be.
Or so they thought.
Cheshire!
Caught by the fairies, they were slowly being dragged back into the forest. Refusing to give in, Cereza held on with all her might. But then... something sent the fairies flying like leaves scattered to the wind.
That was a big boot.
This was a technique Cereza had seen before.
Morgana!
You loathsome witch! I should have known you!
But before Puka could finish, Morgana extinguished his life with a single powerful strike.
I'm so sorry for disobeying you, but please, save the scolding for later. This wolf is actually the spirit of a boy. If we don't do something, he'll die. Please, Morgana, can you save him?
Morgana said nothing. She gently stroked the wolf's fur. Confused, Cereza looked at her master.
I get it. Morgana.
She saw an expression of which she did not think Morgana
I get
was
it.
capable. It was warm, filled with love.
Morgana?
You want to save him? How dare you? How dare you say those words after what you did to him, you foolish girl! Cereza, why is that demon still here? Did you not reach the altar? What do you think those years of training were for?
Morgana appeared to be growing more angry by the second. She advanced on Cereza and Cheshire.
Morgana? What are you saying? What's wrong?
You still don't get it? The training, the brace, the dream. Do you have any idea how long I prepared for the day my precious Lucaon would return?
Thunder crashed in the distance. Wind screamed through the trees. A cold chill ran through the air.
Dozens of girls I lured into that forest. Each required years of training. All for naught. I was so close this time, but you had to go and ruin everything. You selfish brat.
Cereza had endured her share of scolding from Morgana, but this time was different. These were not the words of a strict teacher. They were filled with nothing but pure loathing.
Morgana, I...
Useless girl! Lucaon and I will be together again. You will surrender that wretched demon this instant. Oh, I see. Made a new friend, have you? A demon born under the full moon of the bisextile night. That creature is the key to breaking Lucaon's curse. Now, Cereza. I've waited far too long to let a child's sentiment stand in my way.
Morgana, I know I wasn't a good pupil. I always messed up during training and broke your rules. I know I let you down. You might have been strict, but I always knew you cared about me. You were like a mother to me. I just wanted to make you proud.
Get away!
Pull yourself together, she is our enemy. Cheshire tried to get Cereza to her feet. Morgana's next attack would come at any moment. But Cereza could not move a muscle. Just then, something caused Morgana to stop. Using the last of his strength, Lucaon clung to her dress.
Please, Mother! No more! I can't bear to see you like this!
Don't fret, my dear. Soon everything will be back to the way it was.
Mother! Mother!
Her expression fixed, Morgana moved her son aside.
A pity. You had the potential to become a fine witch, Cereza. If only you'd hardened your heart. But you were always so damn soft!
Merciless, unrivaled Umbran. Morgana. Chapter 13. A witch is born this night.
What are we going to do?
I've walked into that one. Whoops.
You're soft!
Oh, that was a slide.
Your final lesson!
I wonder what Morgana's main contract demon is.
I'll never forgive you! This is how a true witch wields a demon!
Oh, fudge.
Die already!
Oh, how did I dodge all that? Spider, considering the leg, how the legs look. Oh, yeah, and the webbing. That's actually a good point. It could possibly be a spider.
You're soft!
Whatever it is, it certainly has wings.
I'll never forgive you!
Also, I don't think it's just the accent, but but Morgana's voice actress reminds me of Morag's. Fudge. Oh, for Pete's sake.
Die already! Give up!
Oh, I keep doing that.
This is how a true witch wields a demon!
What's wrong? Giving up without a fight?
Cereza heard Cheshire's voice ringing clearly in her mind.
What am I supposed to do? There's no way I can fight Morgana.
I see. Well then, I guess that means our journey's over,
The demon sounded disappointed.
Our journey?
That's what you'd call it, right? This whole thing to save your mum? You blabbered so much about her, even I was starting to look forward to meeting her.
Cheshire paused.
What is it?
I'm sorry for what I did back there in the forest.
Cheshire.
And you were right. I never would have made it this far on my own. Thank you.
Cereza was moved by the demon's unexpected words.
Cheshire, wait! I promised to send you home. I intend to keep that promise.
Witch time!
Go, Cheshire!
Yep, you were right. It's a big spider.
Friends protect each other. Friends keep their promises. Gone was the fear and hesitation from Cereza's eyes. In its place was courage and steadfast resolve.
I'm an Umbra witch, just like my mum. Come on, let's dance.
Witch time! Dodge without the right timing to use witch time, temporarily allowing you to move extreme speeds. Use this power to take Morgana down.
Not a chance! Cheshire, let's go! How about this?
I'll never forgive you!
Go, Cheshire!
This is how a true witch wields a demon!
Smash it! Let's go! Back at you!
And spear away! Huh? Oh. Demon Masquerade, okay. Demon Masquerata, forger of the Forbidden Contract.
Morgana, you won't stop, will you? But I won't back down. My timing for this is terrible. I did press dodge. Oh, Covenant. Shattered. Goodbye, Morgana.
Say farewell, huh?
Cereza! Shasha! You did the right thing, stopping my mother. It was an honor to meet you both.
It was almost time to say goodbye to Lucaon.
I wish we could have become friends.
We did, Cereza, and for that, I am thankful.
Mother and child shared a tender embrace. This was the warmth he had been dreaming of.
Thank you for always watching over me, Mother. You can rest now. I'm happy I was able to see your face one last time.
Good night, my son. Sweet dreams.
Cereza did not know where fairy souls went in this chaotic world, but wherever Lucaon wound up, she hoped he would find peace. The end had come for Morgana the Witch. Her peaceful expression was replaced by one of agony. It was almost too much to watch. This is the fate that awaits every Umbra Witch. An eternity, wandering the depths of Inferno. Cereza did not look away. She watched as Morgana's soul was dragged to the underworld. Cheshire realized that this unexpected twist of fate had delivered exactly what he sought. A door to Inferno lay before him. But the portal was already growing unstable. It threatened to close at any moment. The journey had left the demon totally exhausted. Struggling to keep his eyes open, he stared pensively at his door home.
That gate will take you back to Inferno. Go on. It'll close soon.
Cheshire looked back at Cereza. His expression said what they were both thinking.
If I go back, you'll be all alone.
Even after all you've been through, you're still gonna treat me like a kid? Just wait, I'll be strong enough to summon you myself in no time. You just take it easy for a while, okay?
Cheshire quietly turned back towards the portal.
Chesh... I'm going to keep getting stronger! I promise!
A tremendous sound erupted from the portal, but Cheshire's voice cut through the din.
I'd expect nothing less.
And you better be one hell of a ferocious demon next time we meet!
A calm returned to Avalon Forest. As if to wash away the pain of the night, the first rays of dawn enveloped Cereza, bathing her in their warmth.
Been one heck of a long night. Huh. Here again.
I knew you'd make it.
Looks like you'll be fine on your own, Cereza.
Sean, oh, thank you. I'll see you again when this is over. I did it, Mother. I'm a witch. I'm strong, and I'll get stronger. You don't need to worry anymore.
Cereza. You have grown into a splendid witch, Cereza. You are going to be just fine.
Once a regular nightmare, after that day, Cereza never saw that dream again. Meetings and farewells. Thinking of the promise she made to her friend, Cereza knew that she had gained something irreplaceable. The night was young. Cereza set off on her next adventure, the pale moon lighting her way.
Team Lost Fairies. And that's game. This game was a lot of fun. If I had any complaints, it would probably just, it's mainly to do with the map and how it wasn't the most helpful. Kind of wish you could make little notes on it, like just little, like, you can mark the map for things that you want to investigate later. Because during my go around during the big secret searches of Avalon, I was honestly just unable to remember where some of them were. I couldn't remember like where some of the stuff that I'd encountered previously was. I didn't even remember about the seesaws, the earth power seesaws in the high tower. I completely forgot about that. I completely forgot about going one. Well, okay, that's more on me for forgetting about going a specific direction in thingy. Where I probably should have remembered to do that, but it just wasn't in my mind. So having just something to do to like mark on where the map would have been would have done a lot to jog my memory. To mark like a location of something on the map would have done a lot to like just jog my memory and say, okay, yeah, I haven't got everything there. I'd say the only other complaint I have really with the map was just the fact that it didn't tell me which areas led where. Like, it had an arrow saying, yeah, this leads to a new area of the map, but it didn't tell me where, which was kind of bad. Yeah, just little annotations saying like which region each exit went to would have been nice. Other than that, I'd say overall it was a pretty. It was a very fun game. Lots of pretty good puzzles. Obviously nowhere near as difficult as the original, like, normal Bayonetta is, but that's kind of the point. It's not supposed to be as difficult. It's supposed to be a bit more puzzle heavy rather than, it's supposed to be a bit more puzzle heavy than, combat heavy, so the combat was a bit more simplified. Still fun though. You could still do quite a bit. What with like the slightly different movesets afforded by the elements, being able to swap into different elements in the middle of combos once you got that. Being able to like absorb the elemental bits around to gain magical energy and also change the terrain. I kind of wish they did a bit more with that. They only really did it with the water orb and with the water elemental cores and water element sources, and that was it. Unfortunately, but yeah. I just now noticed Cereza's shoes are like actual ballet slippers. That's, yeah. I just noticed that. I think that's what they're supposed to be. Which is fitting. Ranger and Angeli Wall and me. Narration and Ignis was Jenny Lee and Tani in Japanese version. Rosa, Jennifer Hale. Jean was Eleanor Jackson. And Morgana was Emma Fielding. Lucael was Harriet Garunkel? How do you pronounce it? Puka, Roger May. Holm, Claire Louise Connolly. The unknown one was Chris Cox. There's something we haven't found yet. Wisps. Yeah, they all have specific voice actors and they didn't say anything, but obviously needed someone to provide the sound effects. I'd very much be interested to see if they actually made another Bayonetta Origins game and what that would be. That'd actually be kind of neat to see. And once again, very interested in where they're going to take the core Bayonetta games now. If they're even going to, you know, do that. There's a lot of people. Yeah, but I am quite interested to see what they're going to do with Viola's story, if they actually do that. You need to continue to have it oh yeah, because it's Bayonetta Origins. It'd probably be that next adventure that they were talking about, though I don't know what that'd be. Could be something to do with the war that we saw a lot of in Bayo 1 and 2 before she was sealed. Ah. Though, what we have to do next, I don't know. Considering there's a certain game coming out next week, I'm honestly not sure what I'm gonna do for at least 2, maybe 3 streams. Depends on how you feel next. Depends on how you feel next Tuesday, Fiora. I could probably go back to Fire Emblem Heroes for a couple of streams. Fire Emblem Warriors, not Heroes. That's the mobile game. Yeah, I go to Fire Emblem Warriors. I could do a shiny hunting stream or 2. What else? I don't want to start anything new, unless it actually only takes like 2 weeks to finish, you know. And I don't know if I've got anything that would work with that.
The end.
There goes the paw prints. Congratulations, you can now select difficulty starting a new game, play a different special story with Jean, access the costumes menu. Received the right eye costume. Received a accuser of love costume. Received Younger Days costume. Received an elegant swan costume. Received a pesky demon costume. Received a blundering witch costume. Received a Mad Hatter costume. Select a slot to save your clear data in. You can still play from this file to find more secrets and complete unfinished areas. There's a special side story featuring Jean. Oh, is this the credits? Yes, it is.
The end.
Whoopsies! I didn't even realize there was a specific tale with Jean. Let's have a look-see. Well, have a look-see after we check out everything else we got. We're at 97% on this file, which means I have in fact missed something.
Hello! Hello!
We need a rest.
I don't know what it is I'm missing. Oh well. So let's check our costumes. In the costume menu, you can change Cereza and Cheshire's outfits for your journey. Drop by and spice things up sometimes. A brave witch. The young witch journeying to Avalon in hopes of saving her mother. Has a fateful meeting with a demon. A graceful ballerina playing a princess cursed to be a white swan. A new chapter. Default. Apprentice braids. Resolved.
Yes!
So you got that. A pesky demon. You dummy, get me back to Inferno at once or I'll trump you to pieces. Really convincing, don't you think? Okay, that's adorable. Younger days. Some clothes Cereza has not grown out of. She still remembers that search for her mummy vividly. Bayonetta 1 Cereza. The right eye.
Cool!
Waiting for 500 years slumber, she is a prisoner of fate but takes control of her destiny. The lost demon. Accuser of love. Demon cursed the princess and her pursuit of true love. Cheshire doesn't really get it. Yeah, no. Mad Hatter. I just need a hat and I'll be right as rain. Don't worry about those folk calling me mad. You could just give him a wandering witch. I'm gonna go strong witch and save my mummy and stuff. Ha! Perfect impression. Yes, let's give him some nice glasses. I don't know. Cereza. As a resolution. In time, Cereza is going to be tortured by the nightmare. It shows. Clan Cereza to strict teacher. Cereza can feel a certain kindness from her guy and eventually come to trust her to a mother. One night, is being chased by Pac-Man fairies, Cereza attempts to summon a demon and the medium inadvertently becomes her own stuffed animal. Cereza designated in Cheshire to toy specialist at the onset of their travels. The two realize they can very easily rub each other the wrong way. Cheshire often irritates Cereza by highlighting her experience. The last straw is when Cheshire gives a vigorous slash the Cereza's mother, causing her to disappear. The vision of Rosa is an illusion created by the fairies, but the shock to Cereza is real. And yet, after going their separate ways, Cereza realizes that her strength does have limits, and she comes to rely on Cheshire, and she realizes that she appreciates Cheshire, and begins to be able to see things from his perspective. The two eventually reach an understanding, and afterwards they develop true bonds of friendship. The relationship Cereza forges during her time in Avalon leave her with unforgettable memories that will undoubtedly help shape her into a confident witch able to pursue the dream of becoming a powerful Umbra with a newfound determination. This chapter of her journey has now reached its end. Cereza looks one last time at the house she trained with Morgana, vowing to one day become a witch worthy of her mother. She steps off into the moonlight. That's a pretty good artwork. A demon summoned by Cereza on the night of the full moon. The toy demon community with such a vessel. Then reluctantly agrees to accompany her until they find a way to send. How have been just bone crunching fire and an itch to prove superiority to others, jumping into battle whenever opportunity arises. He also happens to have a notorious sweet tooth, especially for Inferno fruit and Avalon drops. With his keen nose, he can usually discern any Avalon drops Cereza might be hiding, and sometimes announce a quick snack while she's distracted. Yes, just outfits to imitate each other. His demon nature would normally make him care only for destruction, but be it due to the hugs and affection that Cereza shows as medium, he feels an unexpected fuzziness towards Cereza he can't understand. At first, his teamwork with Cereza is shaky. Cheshire is especially frustrated with the cowardice she shows during their first encounter with the Jabberwock, and even though it was a trap created by the fairies, attacking the illusion Cereza's mother sends a shock to Cereza, so great a significant rift is born between them, and sending them in separate ways. Though not one to prefer the company of others, his time apart from Cereza gives him the chance to reflect on their journey, and fills them with strange feelings of concern and sorrow. Both emotions demons were assumed unable to experience. After watching the bravery Cereza is capable of during his rescue and the care he shows sacrificing her hair to heal his wounds, Cheshire finally begins to accept Cereza as someone he relies on, and the bond between the two grows. With Cereza, Cheshire is able to forge an irreplaceable bond of friendship that most demons never experience. As of now, he is probably thrashing around Inferno, going wherever those brilliant claws lead him, though he might not be able to admit it. Surely he is someday hoping for a fateful reunion. Typically, won't lose herself to emotion, everything she perfectly calculated. This extends to the minions she summons from Inferno as well. She extends to their ears, but our tools do her bidding, nothing more. She also thought of disobeying her during Avalon Forest, but she promised to find a way to help using her magic to watch over and communicate with Cereza. Her true identity is the mother of the fairy prince Lucaon. Even Cereza, who had lived with Morgana for some time, was unaware of her past. Long ago, during a dispute for the fairy kingdom, Morgana was forced to use her magic. To transfer Lucaon's spirit into a wolf, in order to hide him from the usurping fairies. Despite her efforts, the fairies were able to get away with Lucaon's physical body. In the confusion, Morgana herself was able to escape to the outside of the forest, where the fairies' powers are unable to reach. But to protect the body of the fairies stole, she was required to continuously cast a spell that would prevent her from either moving further away from the forest or going back inside it. Unable to do any more by herself, Morgana began to train Umbra witches, still young and pure of heart, so she may eventually trick them into going to the forest. There, she plans to have them find Lucaon so they may sacrifice their demon to save him. Her desperate wish to save her son gradually disfigured her soul into doing the unforgivable. Looking at her actions, it may be hard to tell if any humanity remained inside her at all. Yet, as she collapses to the ground, defeated by Cereza and Cheshire, in her arms lay the gifts of violets Cereza had given her. White Wolf. Inside the White Wolves is the spirit of Lucaon, the true successor of the Fairy Kingdom and who was forced to escape there following a dispute for the throne. As noble as the prince he is, he has struggled to protect and help all the innocent who have somehow wandered into Avalon. While doing this, he has come across a fair number of young Umbra witches, which he finds somewhat puzzling, but he works with the girls to try and help them escape Avalon. The only way he can think for them to accomplish this is for the girls to sacrifice their demon to restore his power. Alas, every girl has met a tragic end before they can finalize the plan, which pains him greatly. After Lucan's spirit left the wolf's body to return to his own, the wolf simply reverted to its natural self and disappeared into the forest. A curious boy who entered Cereza's dreams. He was born from the love between a witch and the previous fairy king who ruled the fairy kingdom. His father was a pacifist who wished to do away with many of the cumbersome traditions of the past and envision an Avalon where fairies and humans could live together side by side. Lucaon, sharing the blood of both, was meant to serve as the symbol that would unite these groups together. But one day there was an insurgent led by a scheming fairy who had succeeded in dethroning the king. With Lucaon's own life in danger, in a last-minute attempt to save her son, Lucaon's mother transferred his spirit inside the white wolf, and he escaped into the forest. Lucaon's body was also just barely saved due to his mother's magic, but the fairy insurgents managed to get hold of it and sealed it away deep in the forest. Realizing the seal would require the life of a demon born in the night of the full moon, Lucaon has found many young witches lost in the forest whom he has tried to persuade to help him, guiding them with the white wolf. Lucaon's reasons for doing this were never only to save himself. He simply wanted to see the girls released from the forest safely. Unbeknownst to him, it was his very own mother who had tricked the girls into Avalon in the first place. Even not having reached full maturity, there existed inside him a truly phenomenal power. After having his seal finally released, he awakens the abilities he inherited from his father, the Great Fairy King. Seeing Cheshire as nothing but a tool for his ends, he finds himself in confrontation with Cereza. But having witnessed the bond that has formed between Cereza and her demon, he reconsiders his own actions. In his last moments, he tries pleading to Morgana to remove the hatred from her heart and not have others suffer for his own sake. He then finally falls to eternal rest, cradled softly in her arms. And selling figure who... his name is Puka and he claims himself to be the king of the fairy kingdom. He is bent on complete domination of Avalon and commands an army of fairies in order to accomplish this. Being neurotically courteous, he believes he orders lower fairy cautious to constantly patrol the forest for any invaders and extinguish them on sight, no matter how helpless or innocent they may be. He dons a cape several times taller than his own height and acts overly haughty to anyone in his presence, albeit with a peculiar way of speaking. Not one to fight his own battles, he prefers instead to create strategies for how to eliminate his opposition. A talented user of fairy magic, he has succeeded in creating an illusion of the angel affinity that he can control to his own will. His power should not be underestimated. Originally a researcher serving under the form of Fairy King, Puka deciphered many human writings and in turn was able to create numerous inventions for the kingdom. He showed the talent of a brilliant scientist. The elemental cores also happened to be of Puka's design, and the introduction to the fairy society changed it radically. He was praised for his contributions to the kingdom, but he continued to seek power with an obsession, and eventually started to devise a plan to overthrow Avalon. Once the Fairy King was revealed his son would be a human boy, Puka used this to create unease within the kingdom, building an army that he would lead to bring the kingdom to his downfall. He had hoped to acquire Lucan's immense power for himself, but having his spirit hidden in a body guarded by Morgana's magic, his only remaining option was to create a seal on the body with the elemental cores that would prevent Lucan from ever recovering it. And once he finally does obtain Lucan's power, he immediately thinks of taking his plans for conquest outside Avalon, only to have his life snuffed out by a single crushing blow from Morgana, who had been waiting for the moment patiently. I'm going to say it. Deserved. From what I gathered before, even further present, she would often sing all by Cereza. Richard's order. Home. Here's how to expand the highway. Carefully avoiding fairies in the process, he serves as chief editor of the Wisp Weekly, a newsletter he puts together consisting of snippets of useful information and other writings collected from wisps across the forest. His aim with Wisp Weekly is to hopefully help wisps in places he might not even know about. Although his contents are relatively simple, reading each new issue has become a highly valued tradition for the wisps, who have little escape from countless dangers in their life in Avalon. The Trinity one of those was Avalon. Isn't there? She knows less as a wisp, her frail form does not have strength to contend with the fairies, but she always will lend a helping hand to those lost in the forest and shows especially keen interest in any young witches she may come across. She always calm and focused, never letting the fairies intimidate or get the best of her. Because of this, Many of the Wisps think she must have been someone of considerable power in a previous life. Long ago, a small band of thieves on a quest of power invaded Avalon, searching for the Fairy Kingdom's hidden treasures. A young witch of promising potential was sent into the forest to circumvent them. Legend says that ultimately neither her nor the thieves ever made it out of the forest. Since that day, a powerful barrier was cast around the forest, allowing only those of pure heart to enter. The events served as a catalyst that would have many clamour for better relations between fairies and humans, which is likely to have enabled the first human queen in Fairy Kingdom history. There are rumours that the witch from that time is still alive somewhere in the forest, yet what connection this may have with Ignis, if any, is unproven. Prince Lucaon. Lucaon, after returning to his fairy form by partially absorbing Cheshire's soul to remove the seal on his own, though the full extent of his power is not realized, he boasts strength several hundred times over that of ordinary fairies. Possessing innate talents from both parents, having started practicing from a young age, he knows spells for every situation. His physical strength is equally a threat. He can reduce even the thickest tree trunks in Avalon to splinters with a single swoop of his claws. He is kindly natured in spirit and does not enjoy fighting, but when the situation has become unavoidable, he will show his enemy no mercy. Once enraged, he will not relent until his opponent's demise is certain, attacking repeatedly with swift, determined strikes. Though still young, he had already possesses both the power and maturity needed to succeed the throne, making him the prime obstacle, and the prince obstacle to Puka's ambition, and reason to seal Lucaon away using the power of the elemental cores. Born between fairy and human, something that's strictly forbidden in Avalon, he grew up despised and neglected by other fairies. Still, he shows no spite for his parents. On the contrary, he cares about them both deeply, and has trained himself daily to be stronger, so his father and mother may be proud of him. The time spent with his mother Morgana, learning magic, forms many of his most cherished memories. He is both grateful to Morgana for showing him how to be strong, and proud that he's able to carry on his mother's teachings. Cereza's teacher Morgana, revealing her true self after Lucaon's situation becomes critical. While Morgana still belonged to the Umbra, she was seen with great promise, showing potential to surpass even the Elders in terms of ability. She was exiled after it was discovered she carried the fairy King Arthur's child. She loves her son deeply, resolving to do whatever possible to save him, no matter the cost to anyone else. Having lived through the feudal period of Avalon with Arthur, through the conflict she faced, she naturally amassed an amount of techniques far exceeding that of other Umbras. This wealth of knowledge has only been honed further in recent years, as she has waited for the chance to exact revenge on Puka. Or Pusa. I actually don't know if it's Puka or Pusa now that I think about it. These powers can instill true fear in any who would oppose her, and crush them completely when they do, luring her opponents in a dimension of her own design where her Umbran abilities are amplified. She uses her contracted demon to hunt her enemy, just as a spider might trap their prey in a web. Thorn Pestilence, Lex Talionis. Morgana's infernal demon, a spider covered in thorns. After losing both husband and son in Puka's plan to usurp the throne, Morgana herself was exiled from Avalon. It was then she made a pact with Lex Talionis, swearing that she would one day have a revenge. Each of its nimble legs are able to stab with astounding speed and strength. Every thorn on her body produces a nerve-rotting poison, capable of immobilizing even the largest beast with a single drop. In Inferno, Lex makes her web in the blood-red river Styx, where she does nothing but trap and devour prey, unable to ever extinguish her uncontrollable rage. Her insatiable hunger and thirst only torture her further and further. She cannot be communicated with by normal means, but she is able to reveal her inner thoughts to those she sympathizes with. Understanding Morgana through her lust for revenge towards Puka, she decided to form a pact with her. Morgana thinks of Lex as nothing more than a mere tool for revenge, but she does understand the extremes of Lex's strength, and values her because of this. Her favorite tactic is to create a giant illusion of herself to distract her opponents while Lex rips away at the targets. As of yet, none have been able to overcome it. Demon Masquerata, Forger of the Forbidden Covenant. Morgana, after growing desperate in her fight against Cereza and Cheshire, decided to use the full extent of her power. Using a forbidden Umbran art, she merges her body with that of Lex Talionis into a twisted half-witch, half-spider form. Lex is effectively just a vessel for Morgana, her conscience completely under Morgana's control. The Umbran art through which Morgana accomplishes this fusion is known as Demon Masquerata. It has been sought after by a small group of Umbra for centuries. Very few have ever been able to perform it successfully, with failure resulting in the caster's soul being devoured by the demon immediately. Morgana and Lex are able to fuse together because of the perfect emotional sync between them, each having nothing but endless rage built up in their heart. Between Lex's crushing, poisonous stabs with its legs and and Morgana's endless assault of spells, this human-demon hybrid chases their target in relentless pursuit, never giving them the slightest opening to counterattack. As maintaining this form consumes an incredible amount of both physical and magical energy, Morgana knows she can only use it as an absolute last resort. Once unleashed, there's no promise that she will ever be able to return to her original self. For the sake of saving her son, she sacrifices her own safety and throws her all into the final confrontation. Two Umbra, formerly teacher and student, one demanding obedience, the other practicing trust, one using their demon as a tool, the other approaching it as a friend. This tale is about which of those bonds stands stronger in the end.
Oh, I'm exhausted.
Now we go. Let's hop to the title and just get a glimpse of what Jean's story is like. In Jean's tale, the game will save automatically.
We have heard the tale of an unlikely friendship between a young witch and a lost demon. But there is a secret chapter hidden in its pages that remains untold. This is a story of two young witches who are joined by a powerful bond. From this time forth, it must forever remain a secret, never to be repeated.
Am I back in the forest? Huh? Cheshire? Where are you, Cheshire? Where am I? Cheshire? Cheshire, where are you?
Trapped within a strange void, Cereza had been petrified by a mysterious force. And as for Cheshire, he was nowhere to be seen. Could this too have been the work of the fairies?
My thanks. The fairy's power resonated through your memories to guide me here. I'm surprised that one so young was able to resist my power, but I should have, before long.
Oh no. I figured she could handle that forest without my help. But this power is unlike anything I've ever felt before. It goes against all Umbran teachings. But I have no choice.
For years, this young girl had protected Cereza, always being sure to watch over her from afar. Her name was Jeanne, and she too was an Umbra witch, just beginning her training. Unlike Cereza, Jeanne lived in the Umbra witch village. Though forbidden, she often snuck out to meet her rival. The two never missed a chance to compare strength. Jeanne had been warned about the risks of soul projection, but that stayed her hand nary a moment. For she aspired to surpass Cereza and become the strongest of all the Umbra witches, a goal that allowed no room for cowardice.
I swear, that girl likes to keep me busy.
Jeanne's technique split her soul from her body. She flew towards Avalon Forest.
I'm sure of it now. Something is afoot in this forest. And it's not just the fairies. Cereza, where are you?
Jeanne had successfully arrived in Avalon. The forest air was tinged with a vile presence.
Right, okay.
So this is the infamous fairy forest. But there's something else here. I'm sure of it.
Right, okay. So that is, it's not like, it's not a short, it doesn't look like it's going to be super short, which means I will... I wasn't sure if it was just going to be like a few cutscenes talking about something, or if it was going to be that. So we will, I guess, next stream, we will be doing Jeanne's Tale. I'll probably start an entirely new game of it, just so we can have it all be refreshed in our minds for the next time. So yeah, I thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you on the next stream. Bye.